guys. We're back on 20 Talk 20. I'm your boy, Ern B.
Hey, this is Steph the Oracle.
This your boy, Dirty.
What's going on, guys? We have a special guest. We have
two special guests today.
Special guests. We have special returning guest, Party J. What's going on, man?
What's up, peoples? Thank you for having me back as always. Love you guys.
As always. And then we have a new guest. We have on the show today, we have Jesse in the building. How are you, sir?
Hello, Miss Lady. So happy to be here.
What's going on? I'm excited you're here.
I'm excited to talk about some movies here and some TV shows.
It's going to be fun. I promise. Ern is going to make sure we're going to have fun on this episode today. I promise. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be good.
Damn right. And Jesse, your new name is Jesse Ace.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's your nickname now.
But that's his name in Xbox.
That's kind of my name in real life, so I'm used to it.
He knows it already. How do you know it already?
But all the cyber-humans don't know, so they know now.
Now they know. Now they know.
He goes around with a deck of ace cards and shuffles in his hand.
Stupid.
So look, welcome to another awesome episode. So Steph, let's go through it. What we got to start off with?
We're just looking at maybe some of those new movies coming out. I don't know. Some of you might be interested. We have Marry Me coming out with J-Lo and Maluma. I don't know if you guys would be interested in watching that.
Trash.
Come on, man. That's
my mom is.
Uh-oh.
Is it Made in Manhattan?
Is it the second part too? No. I hope not.
Made in Manhattan.
Wait. Is it where she makes it and she's
on?
Oh, so come on.
The maid made it.
She's already got money. Stop it.
But wait a minute. Maluma isn't exactly the co-star. It's Owen Wilson.
True.
Owen Wilson.
True.
Come on.
With that crooked nose. Absolutely. So that might be something looking forward to seeing. And they have a new album coming out. Maybe you can go check that out. Who knows?
Always got a new album.
Yeah. There's an album that came along with it with the soundtrack. Absolutely.
Man, flop.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And we also have Moonfall coming out with Halle Berry. Came out. It's looking like something similar to Armageddon to me. I don't know.
I want to see that.
Armageddon was good. I don't know.
It's rolling. Nah. This is Roland Emmerich. Armageddon was Michael Bay. Roland Emmerich, he's the one who did Independence Day. He did Godzilla. He did 2012.
Decent.
So who made Deep Impact? That was a good movie. Deep Impact.
Cool J.
What are you saying?
No, we're talking about like these like disaster movies, apocalyptic movies.
No. You see, the thing is, if KK was here, aka King Karim, he would have said it didn't pull me in because it's using the same topic, it's using the same theme, right? With the moon being destroyed, you know.
I wonder if he watches gangster movies. If you really think about it, King Karim, because if he says, you know, it's the same thing. It's like,
yeah, right.
He
must not know that section of the genre, right? Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Jesse was going to say something. I'm sorry, Jesse. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say he didn't get pulled in by a deep impact. Something didn't seem right there.
Right.
I don't know.
Look, man, either way, I definitely want to see these movies. Moonfall, if it's anything close to Armageddon, then it's a solid winner.
That's what I'm saying.
If it's anything close to it, it's just that
solid.
simple.
Exactly.
It has a good cast too, so I'm definitely going to check it out.
And we also have...
What's coming on Friday too? Okay, what you going to say, Steph? I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think of... Moonfall came out already last week, Friday, right?
Yeah. One coming out this Friday is Death on the Nile. That mystery movie on the boat.
That was the one I was gonna say. Yeah.
With Gal
Gadot, right? Yes.
Well, this is actually a sequel. It's actually a sequel to Murder on the Orient.
What are you saying? Clue?
Oh, really?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Murder on the Orient? Okay.
Gotta watch that first, then I guess.
Just to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean that sounds interesting. I never heard about that movie, but either way, you know me, I'm down to watch anything unless King Karim or Dirty says something like hated it, throw it away, or ABC special. So
stream it, right? What was it, Jay? They either you go to the theater. I forgot how.
Theater, stream, or neither.
Theater, stream it.
Or neither.
ABC special.
Or ABC
Forget about it or ABC special. Thank you.
He's a WPIX. That's what he said.
And another thing, talking about going to the theater, Batman's coming out in March. That's something else with Robert Pattinson. I don't know.
That cast is star-studded.
I'm waiting.
Crazy amount of talent.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Listen, Colin Farrell's makeup alone.
Oh yeah,
Colin Farrell's makeup alone is amazing. But the movie's directed by Matt Reeves, and Matt Reeves directed the recent Planet of the Apes trilogies, which were all amazing.
Man, I wish those come online. I haven't been able to see those movies again anywhere on stream. Like they're not on any of the platforms. That's one series that I want to revisit. But they're not on Hulu, Netflix, HBO Go, nothing.
They got nothing?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you gotta go to the dark web,
again,
son.
but I haven't seen them on any streaming service.
You gotta go to the dark web?
You gotta go to the dark side.
You stupid.
Movie Box Pro.
Man, get out of here.
Movie Box Pro.
But we'll definitely be on the lookout for it for you, Party J. I'm pretty sure they're showing somewhere. That's odd though, because those movies were good. So
yeah, I know. I've been for a while.
I could only suggest try looking on either Peacock or Paramount, but you got to see who the movie studio was. That'll dictate what streaming service it's on.
Yeah, maybe Paramount might get them. I don't know. We'll see.
And Peacock is silently making moves. They're all over the place now. Commercials. They got certain movies, certain rights already, certain shows. So
and Peacock is also featuring the Olympics too. So guys, the Olympics just started. Everything is on Peacock for Olympics. So if you guys have an opportunity, go check it. I was like, awesome. I was excited. I was like, skating. So
you gotta remember, Peacock is the NBC network.
That's true.
You saw where they built that slope over there? And you see the images of where they built the slope? The ski slope, like behind the nuclear towers and stuff like that. Yo, it's hilarious. They built this artificial ski slope, and literally in the background, it's like these giant, like nuclear silo towers. It's like I guess like a dead facility or whatever it is. But it's just hilarious to see in the background.
What country is that at again?
It's in China.
It's in China.
Beijing.
Yeah, Beijing.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Which is in China.
What he said makes sense.
They're always ready. So.
China.
Stupid.
Shout out to China.
Yeah, stupid.
Man. So with that being said, man, can't wait for those movies to come out. But you guys know me. Jesse H, if you don't know me, I think we're similar in terms of the Justice League movement and all of that. So I can't wait for Batman to come out in the theater. I'm there, front and center. It's just that simple.
I'm, WB's been course correcting a little bit, They don't
got no choice.
Yeah, they don't.
That's 100% fact.
Once you've hit rock bottom, there's only one place to go, and that's up. But I'm very conflicted right now because with the Flash movie set to like reset everything, I wonder what that's going to mean for their more successful movies like Shazam and Aquaman and the new Suicide Squad movie. Like, where does Warner Brothers and DC go from there if the Flash is going to reset everything? That I'm a little worried about. And
where does Black Adam fit with this, right? Where it's gonna fit in with everything.
Where does Black Adam fit in with everything?
Talking about The Rock. There was something you wanted to talk about The Rock?
Oh man, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, we might as well talk. We might as well do it.
You might as well.
All right, man. So I'm gonna say this, yo. First and foremost, 20 Talk 20, we gonna make it. One day we're gonna have like 800,000 to 1 million viewers, right? That somebody ain't gonna probably like King Karim the way he talks, and then they're gonna go back and look at all the episodes just to say something negative, because that's what we're doing now in life, right? Am I being honest or no?
100%. Gotta check those tweets. You gotta backdate those tweets,
right? You gotta go to your 2012 tweets to this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna just say it, man. First and foremost, Dwayne Johnson is one of my favorite people on earth.
Love him.
But I love his movies. I love what he's about, humanitarian, etc., etc. With that being said, they're trying to cancel him. I don't know if it's officially true, but what happened was when he was wrestling, being a pro wrestler, champion, WWF/WWE, he mentioned a joke about saying he'll transform into a transgender Wonder Woman, and paraphrasing, and and I'll kick your butt, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Along the lines of saying transvestite. He says something along those lines, right? Something
like a tranny, which is something
like a transvestite, something to that extent.
Wonder Woman, which basically saying he's a man, but he'll be Wonder Woman. It's just too much. Yeah, it's too much. But anyway, now they're trying to cancel him, whoever it is. And that's because of they saying that he's defending Joe Rogan. I didn't see no talk about it overall about what Dwayne Johnson said. But Joe Rogan is, man, I mean, that guy speaks his mind. But man, he says trans people will cause the societal collapse. Transgenders will cause a society to collapse. And I was like, wow.
That's a lot to say.
Yeah, it's just, that's tough. In a nutshell, I think he's referring to, when, if men are becoming transgender to a degree or whatever the case may be, we're talking about reproducing, right? If they're saying, nah, I'm going this way, everything changes, in actuality, the numbers changing of humans, they say it's happening now. Overall, there's not been a lot of populating nowadays as of late. But this right here, just him saying that he should know better because, you just can't go against, what's it called again?
LGBTQ plus exclamation point star.
Right. That's gonna come back to haunt you. I'm just saying, they're gonna get you in 2020.
No affiliation, guys.
No affiliation. He's not part of the team.
Yeah,
he's just a special guest.
He's like that Woo member, non-Woo member. So I'm just letting y'all know that.
Gio.
I don't know who he is. He lives in Queens, Middle Village, New York. I'm sorry. Around next to the train.
But yeah, in a nutshell, Joe Rogan, Dwayne Johnson, they trying to cancel him. Who knows how this go? Again, I don't know if you guys heard, but you can let me know. Did Dwayne Johnson defend himself and saying, either sorry, because usually that's what happens. They apologize.
I don't know if he put out a tweet. I can't remember if he put out a tweet. I know he put out a tweet about Joe, but I don't know if he put out a tweet.
I don't remember anything either. Yeah,
old 90s clip. It was so old. It's like one segment. It's like I don't know,
30 seconds.
But then he's in character. That's the thing. That's another thing. Like you're a wrestler. You're in character. Like. Yeah, you're trying to make a statement,
it's to be expected if you're playing, if you're acting. It's to be expected.
That was written for him too. Remember that?
It was written.
Yeah.
Those weren't his real words.
Right. I'll definitely say this one. Just as far as The Rock goes, this is the first time that I've heard anything involving it. But The Rock's already got so much good karma heading his way that this is just going to be nothing but a speed bump for his career.
For sure. I agree.
He's like way too beloved, and he's also like the highest grossing actor in Hollywood right now. Mm-hmm. So there's just too much love for The Rock, and it's just like you said, is a character and it's written in the script. I'm sure that would be the furthest thing that you'd ever hear him say nowadays.
Of course.
But you know what? He's just going to go through it. Mm-hmm. If anything, if he just does his little apology for something that was said forever ago, in which it hasn't even been a behavior of his, like currently or recently whatsoever.
Right.
It's people are just going to forget about it. People are just going to forget about it.
Yeah, that's what I think. But we'll see. We'll see, man. Some of these people, they go to church, they go to this, they go to that, and you talk about forgiveness. Some people are not forgiving people, So, but again, like Dirty said, that wasn't his words. He's a character in character. That's just what he's doing. He's an actor, but we'll see. So, but quick question, Steph, where can they find us at?
Yes, guys, don't forget to check out all the new episodes that are coming out on Fridays on all platforms and on YouTube. Don't forget. And 20 Talk is talking all shows, all movies and music and everything in between. So don't forget to go back, listen to those old episodes and listen to the new ones that are coming out every Friday. You can find us on Anchor.
Fancy.
We find us on Anchor. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Google, Breaker Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, and we're on Castbox as well. Don't forget.
Oh.
I know we fancy right now. We fancy right now. And don't forget
to
follow, like, and share on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at 20 Talk 20, guys.
Yeah, don't forget that. We're this is crazy. Like in the last week since we premiered, we've been getting a lot of follows and a lot of likes and a lot of listens between YouTube and Spotify and all that stuff. So our numbers are getting up there.
Oh, let's get it.
I think it's because we got Jay on board now.
And not King Kareem. I'm telling. And we have Jesse on. I'm telling.
They did not pull me in.
They didn't pull me in.
Puerto Ricans on this side.
Look, all I know is I'm not calling that man KK. And when he comes back from vacation dirty, he's gonna have some words with you.
He gonna be mad.
You taking celebrity names and giving it to him, and it's not cool, fam. You know what I mean? But look, let's get back into swing of things. Steph, what else we got trending?
Oh, we gotta talk about Super Bowl that's happening this weekend. What's going on? I don't know about you, but I'm excited about that halftime. Who is on it? Who is on it?
Yo.
We have who's on it? I forget.
The Cincinnati Bengals versus LA Rams.
Oh my God!
Did a halftime show?
Did a halftime show, Dirty?
And the halftime show.
I don't think she's talking about that.
You said who's on? I said, all right, I'm thinking.
That's what I'm waiting.
I thought Cooper Kupp was gonna perform real quick or something.
Oh my goodness! I thought that was a clue to see like who that was. Like no.
All right, so who's performing?
All right, so we have the OG. We have Dr. Dre. It's gonna be Snoop Dogg. It's gonna be Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and we're gonna have Mary J. Blige.
She's gonna be doing that stuff.
Let's go.
Don't be mad. All the old heads are gonna be like ding 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 ding. They forgot about Dre.
How you doing?
It's a good cast, you know. LA stand up
all over again.
Oh yeah,
man.
LA stand up.
And you know why they're doing that, right?
Because the weekend was trash.
No, it wasn't. J-Lo was on it. See, you messed up, Jay.
The weekend was last year.
Yeah, and J-Lo and was the year before.
No, Shakira and J-Lo was the year before, right?
Yeah, the year before. That was awesome. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? That was good.
You was slow.
You just undercover J-Lo hater, bro.
The last Super Bowl with a lackluster performance, and everybody's got to admit, was when Maroon 5 performed.
Yeah, the weekend was terrible last year.
He wasn't terrible. He wasn't like groundbreaking for last year's performance, but Maroon 5 was like a limp fish up on stage.
My man, no, the best one was with Tom Petty, son.
I don't remember that.
Tom Petty, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember. What year was that?
With Tom Petty?
That might have been like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
it must have been before he passed. Yeah, because he passed recently. Yeah,
it was right after the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake situation. That's when they kind of like PG rated. After that, it was like Tom Petty.
Oh no, we gotta go back. We gotta go back.
Ever since like Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, it was like been kind of like more like covered and more like,
true.
What you mean, like family orientated?
Yeah,
it's not like, raunchy enough or something. It's not like
I mean, I don't remember Petty, nipples before that Janet Jackson.
Nobody saw nipples before that.
I'm pretty sure
you guys are crazy.
I'm pretty sure Justin was on again already.
Again, somebody's gonna come to you guys, especially Party J, man, around 2029 and say, "This guy said this." I remember you. I just need
to be. Yo, we can edit this out. Don't even stress.
By then.
Yeah, maybe like a Super Saiyan coming back to life every time.
Oh my God!
I wish I was good to go.
Look, man, but look, what I was saying was, Party J is crazy. What I was saying was, so I don't know if y'all knew what happened a couple of years back when Rock Nation, Jay-Z, he became like a some type of advisor, right? I believe, for the Super Bowl when it comes to the performances, and he suggests what to put the people to put together for the Super Bowl. Moving forward, this was about what 3 years now, almost 3 years ago, or 3 or 4 years, give or take. Right. So somebody was mad that he didn't put a lot of artists from Miami when the Super Bowl was in Miami. Rick Ross was upset and a couple others. So they decided to go. They decided to go Los Angeles strong with this lineup.
Heavy.
Yeah, exactly.
Heavy.
Almost overall.
LA stand up, baby.
Overall. Right, like it's only right. There's nobody arguing with it. I don't know if you're familiar with where the Rams Stadium is at. It's kind of in the hood. So
far, yep.
Yeah, so this was an easy call this time. This was nothing that hard to think about. Dr. Dre, icons of all icons in hip hop. Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg.
Eminem.
And of course, affiliate.
I wonder if they're gonna have like special appearances. Maybe the game, a hologram of Tupac. I don't know, something.
Hologram of Tupac.
Yeah, it's a representative.
Really?
Tupac hologram.
Yeah.
You think?
Tupac.
They had him in concerts before.
I didn't even think about that.
But I feel like I'm gonna have to bust out some baggy jeans and some spinners on my rims in order to listen to this concert.
I was thinking about
like a cholo, get a plaid shirt,
sell t-shirt,
some Dickies and Converse.
Spinners. He said spinners. Forget the baggy jeans. He said spinners. I've heard about that.
What you don't know about that?
Oh my God, yeah. But it's definitely gonna be exciting, man. Real quick, who watches football here?
I'm on
Buddy J, that's all on you.
That'll be me.
Okay, so who you got? Rams or the surprising Bengals?
I have to ride the surprising Bengals, man. They are just unbelievable this postseason right now. Like, you can't bet against them. I was talking with the chef that I work with, and it's like, how do you bet against this team right now? They came back against the best team in the NFL this year, the Chiefs, and it's like, you got to ride their coattails. I'm going with them.
Find out.
They're going to learn today.
They're going to learn today.
They're going to learn today.
Well, I'm going to run with the Rams because, overall, they played so many tough defenses and tough quarterbacks, to say the least. And, and I think it's going to be a little bit too much for the Bengals, finally. I think it finally caught up with them like,
over the hump? Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, they got that defensive line that Von Miller and Aaron Donald that are the beasts right now. So listen, let's see if the Bengals O-line can finally stop them. But it's 100% true, man. Their defense is killer, and I could be the one team that can finally break the Bengals back.
Right.
Yeah. So we shall see. So moving forward, Steph, what else do we have? Trending topics.
As I just wanted to bump back on that, this whole thing about the betting, the online betting, the DraftKings and all this stuff, you guys don't got no money on this game, do you? Because they made it legal now?
Absolutely.
New York made it legal. Yep.
Absolutely.
Just checking.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta do all the prop bets. You gotta do like put $5 on the coin toss, put $5 on the
and just spread it out. And just spread it out.
2 minutes.
I got you. I got you.
Come on.
I got you.
What color's the Gatorade when they dump it over? Go to DraftKings, put all your little $5 bets and all little prop bets. And you win $2-3 here and there, whatever.
It adds up. Yeah,
nice,
but
absolutely right.
But
Party J on fire.
He's on fire today. And who else is on fire is somebody's vagina hole, just being inappropriate. Kylie Jenner just gave birth over the weekend.
Next.
For a second, I thought you were going to talk about me just now. I said, stop.
Safe to say, pause, with all due respect. Oh, man. But what's going on with Kylie Jenner?
She just gave birth to a boy over the weekend with Travis Scott, their second child. So mom and baby are healthy, and congratulations to them.
Any name on that yet?
There's rumors of the baby being called Angel because it was born on 2/2/2/2/2.
Okay.
So
I guess. Nice. Okay. So I see that.
That's what
Is it a chocolate baby this time?
It's a what baby?
Oh. Wasn't Stormy a little?
Is it a dark skin baby, brown skin baby?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. Oh, the cat. She wants to get attention.
Stormy's a little milk chocolate, right? Stormy's milk chocolate.
Yeah. You know, Stormy such a milk chocolate, but she's like your complexion.
Stop it.
You know what I mean? So
I think she's right.
Right.
I can't.
But I like to, you know why I say that? Because the Kardashians, man, their genes are strong.
They got all the Middle Eastern genes.
Strong.
Yeah.
Armenian genes.
The Armenian genes, right? Yeah. I was gonna say.
Right, and like you know, and they didn't bring out one chocolate baby yet. Like, here you go. Like, okay, it's like chocolate mama, little chocolate little man.
Them and the Asians got those strong genes that no matter what parent is, that gene's always gonna come out even more than whatever.
Come on even more. Come on even more.
I decided to drink.
Add to the cancel list. Add to the cancel list.
Canceled yet?
Not yet.
Disclaimer, it's all in good fun. Disclaimer, it's all in good fun.
He's just a guest, guys. He's just a guest.
I don't know.
Shout out to the non-member member.
I'm gonna delete his number after this. I'm sorry, guys.
Stop it. You know you like Jay on the podcast, and you're gonna love Jesse Ace just as much. So don't bother him. It's just a joke.
Jesse Ace is good. I could tell his swag, so I know he good money. Hardy J over here. He might get us canceled.
FCC is just gonna like us one person a little more better than the other person.
Listen, every good podcast got the rogue one to make it all come around circle.
That's it, bro.
You need the rogue.
That's it.
You don't got the rogue character, it's not a good movie.
He understood the assignment.
He understood the assignment.
I know my role.
I mean, King Karim is really the rogue one.
That's true.
You know,
he is. That he is.
But we get it. You like Steph said, you definitely understood the assignment. But congratulations, though, to Kyle Jenner, Travis Scott. You know, birth is a beautiful thing. New baby's here, so that's really dope. So okay, so here we go. First segment.
We are going to be talking about the Book of Boba Fett. Woo!
Okay,
gotta bring it up.
I gotta say the theme song at the end, where you have like the dude just like chanting throughout the credits. That shit's fire.
Yeah.
That shit is fire.
Yeah.
Give me any monk chant of any sort of ending like that. Great.
Fire.
You gotta bring out the toy. You gotta bring out the toy.
Tibetan Star Wars fighter, I'm with it.
Yo, I can't.
Oh man.
So let's get into it, Steph.
All right.
Let's get into it, Steph. So, Steph, you've been watching it, right?
Yes, I have. Now.
Okay. So, I was gonna say, Steph, let's start with your thoughts about this show, because guys, if you don't know, we've been pushing Steph to get into these shows, man.
You've been pushing me.
Understand, Steph is well-rounded. You know, she has so much to watch. She got children, so she's into the animation with the kids. But we're trying to pull her back here with us.
It's the adult shit.
Kids. Yeah, so we're pulling her with us big kids over here. So, Steph, what you think about the show?
So, thinking back of when the Grogu.
Dirty's got the Grogu. In his arms right now.
I'm not gonna say nothing bad. Thinking back when the first series of The Mandalorian came out, I'd never seen all the Star Wars. Never seen them. So I took it upon myself during the Christmas break to sit down and watch all of them back to back since I had the time. So it made me realize like how interesting and how intricate the story is. Like you have to sit down and you have to understand it. And you're gonna mix the timelines, and if you have to like really pay attention.
So many planets.
There's so many characters.
Yeah.
So for me, I took the step back. I was like, yo, this is really, really interesting. So by seeing The Mandalorian and then making its way to the Boba Fett series, I always thinking about Grogu is Yoda, Yoda's this person, and it's just like, but that's not it. that's the thing, that the complexity about the story, and it was just so interesting about it, and seeing Luke Skywalker when he's young, and I'm like, oh, so it's just like so many different moving parts of the series was just so interesting, and I was like so super excited to see it, but thinking back about social media was like having a frenzy about how Sebastian Stan should play a young Luke Skywalker. I don't know if you guys seen it.
A young Luke.
But thinking about how social media was talking about that position. You know what? You're throwing me off my game with this thing over here. You're throwing me off my game. He asked me a question.
Look at the size of his group.
See the thing, and we have Grogu here. But
so I didn't even notice that small one.
You didn't notice the small one? Here it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
There you go.
I want to see the baby.
Where is the child?
The child.
Give me the child.
It's hilarious, though.
But I mean,
God knows what he wanted to do with the child when he asked for the child.
But I've had a really great time sitting down and watching the Book of Boba Fett, and I'm super excited to see what's coming up next. So I don't know who wants to take the reign on this, because it's a very intensive series.
Dirty, don't do Jesse Ace like that, Jess. Let's go.
Okay, Jesse.
I got words to spit. All right, I'm gonna say this much: The Mandalorian was absolutely fantastic.
Yes,
One of the greatest pieces of Star Wars put out, that's like not in a comic or in novel form or anything like that. I had high hopes and high expectations for Boba Fett, but there's on a storytelling level, like there's a lot that's not working in the Book of Boba Fett. Whenever, and that's the thing, like I said, I had huge expectations for it.
Disney does that to you.
A flashback. whenever you're using, all right, the storytelling tool of a flashback, it's always in support of the main story that's happening currently. Okay? There's always some type of reflection. There's always, a purpose and intent. There's always something that happens in the past that comes back around to the future. None of that happens during any of the flashbacks throughout the Book of Boba Fett. The flashbacks completely take you out of the current timeline, and they take up more of the time in the past than they do in the present. For that reason, I just keep on saying over and over again, it should have just happened in chronological order.
Yeah.
Start the story with Boba inside the Sarlacc pit. That's what people have been waiting for nearly 40 years to see Boba escape from the Sarlacc pit. Start from Boba inside the Sarlacc pit and make your way all the way up to the current Mandalorian timeline. Just keep it consistent. There was nothing that was reflected in the flashback scenes that then became pertinent to Boba in his present timeline. So, like I said, as a storytelling method, they really dropped the ball on that side. There was good stuff that happened in the past, though. There was Boba learning. There was Boba with the Tusken Sand Raiders, which is the first time we ever seen. Yeah, the first time that we've ever seen
Tuskens,
that
right?
world. The Tuskens. And then there's Boba, there's the Pike Syndicate becoming more and more of a threat, especially back when Boba was with the Tuskens. So it would have just made perfect sense to start it from the past and make your way up to the present time. All right. And aside from that, then they completely shifted the story entirely over to Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. Just made me realize I don't care about Boba. I've just been waiting for the Mandalorian to come back this whole time.
It was like a dream come true.
All right, it's like sure, Boba is cool and everything, but all I wanted was Mando. And when I got Mando back, I'm like, this is what I'm here for.
But here's the thing, when you made the point that you made about the story and how it being chronologically, as a person that's not really understanding that timeline, I'm just looking at it as a fan, I thought it was great. But now that you said it, it makes sense that if the storyline doesn't work, it just doesn't work.
But we discussed this in like the third or fourth episode. We were like, it's so much of Boba Fett. Like, when is going to get to the good part? Every time he's getting his ass kicked in the back to tank every time, you know, like they show him in the back to tank every time. Like, and she pointed it out, like, it starts off in the back to tank. Why? Why do I have to see him? Why do you have to see it?
I kept asking the same thing. Like, why are we in the tank again?
Why do we have... Right. Why do we have to do that? Every time you go into the tank, it pulls you out of the story. It breaks the momentum. And it's really unnecessary. So that was really killing it for me. That and the hipster cyborg kids on the Vespas, like that.
Weird choice. Yeah, weird choice of cyborg kids for sure.
That really took me out because Star Wars at its heart is a futuristic combination between westerns and samurai movies.
Samurai, I was going to say, yeah, for sure.
Throw in a bunch of hipsters on Vespas and just like the look and the feel, just it's not cohesive. It's not cohesive with Star Wars. It's like the one thing that I've seen that I'm just like, it just does not vibe, you know? But aside from that, I still got my hopes up for season finale coming out tomorrow.
In
a few hours.
Just give me that Mando season 3. We've got the setup now.
And it's crazy. It's crazy that
Come on. Hold on. Guys, give it. You gotta give it a chance. And I think
we did. We gave it 7 episodes worth of chances.
I think it's still cool. I think it's cool. I get what you're saying, right? So it's to the point where the Mandalorian is so awesome. The only thing I felt like is they could have went with Boba Fett first,
and then the Mandalorian.
Seasons back, show that first, and then show the Mandalorian way after, you know? So we could be like, Boba was alright, but Mandalorian is crazy. But we went, Mandalorian is crazy. Boba Fett is, let's keep going with it. Let's see where it takes us.
It's crazy. You know? That it had
I felt like Boba was almost like a fan service to like the fans that like wanted him back. Like
exactly.
To be honest, I loved it. I still, I get what you were saying with the flashback stuff. Did take out from like I want to see the main story right now go further, but I did kind of like seeing like how he survived the Starlight Pit,
cool.
all the trials and tribulations that he went through, the Tusken Raiders getting like in the forefront that we never seen him before ever, the whole train fight sequence and stuff like that. How he made like connections with new people. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I can see where he's coming from for sure, but I have no quarrels with it right now. Except for those hipster kids. You're right. Those were very weird.
Just to piggyback off of what you said, though, it's like you were more interested in the Tuskens than you were still in Boba. Like the only interest anybody had was seeing Boba escape from the Starlight Pit. That's the only interest that anybody had in Boba Fett. All right. Okay. The rest of the interest went everywhere else after that. It didn't stay with Boba. We have no emotional interest in Boba. Not anymore. We don't. So
I still do. Because there's still more. Yeah, there's still more about him.
There's one episode more. So hopefully Boba, takes the reins back and he's at front and center on his own show. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's the case moving into this season finale. And aside from that, big rumors for season 2 is that the actor who actually wants to play Boba Fett wants to put out a bounty on Mace Windu. Mm-hmm. So implying Mace Windu is still alive and he still has a grudge for Mace Windu killing Jango Fett.
Mm-hmm. That'll be dope. Wow. It's actually also cool too. Like
we lost people. Wait, what?
Oh no, come on. Oh man, Mace Windu? You don't know Mace Windu?
Samuel Jackson, isn't it Samuel Jackson's character?
Samuel L. Jackson.
That's his name of his character. Okay.
We're not talking about Mason Bethel. We're not talking about that.
See, the thing is like when I see it, I'm a visual person. If you were to tell me who the person's, then I say, oh, I know that character did this, and this. But names?
Samuel Jackson, purple lightsaber. That's all you need to know.
Good.
Remember that guy?
I know that guy.
Perfect.
I know that guy. Yeah.
Say you're a Sith Lord one more time.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Okay.
If we learn anything from Boba Fett, how long Star Wars been around? 30, 40 years now?
About 40 years.
My man's a resilient character. My man survived for 40 years. He's a tough motherfucker.
No. Exactly. That's the part 30 I wanted to understand. I was like, he was in the guts for 40 years, or
that's our time. Within the actual storyline.
It's like right away.
Boba was just
in 20 something. It's 20 something. Oh yeah, he was in the Starlight Pit not for that long, but I'm saying
he was in the Starlight Pit for a few hours, and then he escaped because he spent several years living in the desert with the Tusken Raiders.
Right.
So Boba was only in the Starlight Pit just for a little bit of time.
Okay.
I mean, what I want to see though too, I don't know if anybody's watched the Bad Batch, but there's certain elements and things that happen in the Bad Batch that I kind of want to see them get developed in Boba Fett, because there's. With the last episode, Cad Bane, fan favorite bounty hunter.
Hell yeah.
There's a situation that he has with Fennec Shan. That's a big thing going on. They have unfinished business. And there's also the plot point in Bad Batch that kind of relates to one of the characters in Boba Fett that I want to see if they develop with that as well. I don't want to reveal spoilers. I don't know who's seen stuff like that, but there's a main character. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Jay, there's actually an abandoned storyline from the Bad Batch, I believe, or Clone Wars, in which Cad Bane actually had a duel with a young Boba Fett when he was still a kid. And they ended up shooting each other at the same time, which is how Boba ends up with a dent in his helmet. So what was supposed to happen after that was that Cad Bane was actually...
Just dropping those eggs. Just dropping them.
Yeah. Listen, Cad Bane was actually going to teach Boba.
Oh, yeah. There's a character in Bad Batch that kind of relates to Boba Fett that I want to see them play out in the big screen and see if they can go anything with that storyline, which would be pretty cool, too. So there's a lot. Bad Batch is a good little Easter egg show that leads to this as well. So it was a good watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have to watch it to understand it or no?
No, there's just two plots. There's just two plot points in Bad Batch that directly correlate to Boba Fett and Fennec Shan that I would like to see connected.
Yeah, but keep in mind though, what's great about the Star Wars situation from since what? The animations have been coming out around 2012, I believe, 2011. From that to right. What's interesting about them, they're geniuses if you really think about it. Steph, if you really are interested in overallness, you would want to watch everything.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Should I watch to kind of get a better understanding? Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, and that's what they want you to do.
Yeah,
actually,
Ahsoka
if you miss something, right.
Ahsoka Tano only existed in Clone Wars. Prior to the Clone Wars animated series, Ahsoka Tano never existed anywhere else.
Right.
So her entire story, and she's got a crazy long storyline between her and defecting from the Jedi Council, and how she even got her white lightsabers. All that happened in the animated series.
Right.
And then when it came to live action, Rosario Dawson actually ended up getting fan-casted.
Yeah,
she got fan-casted because there's a super famous artist from Australia named Boss Logic who actually mocked up a rendering of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano.
Nice.
And based on that, they they took that to
pretty much the reason. It was pretty much the reason why she got
Wow.
I have a question.
Boss Logic is the reason why Rosario Dawson was casted
that's
as
amazing.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yo, that's
I have a question.
We met him at Comic-Con one year. Remember?
Yeah.
We met him at Comic-Con one year. Got his autograph and everything.
I have a question now. My question is, since now the Mandalorian, he has the Darksaber and all that stuff. Do they go into the storyline and in the Clone Wars or the Bad Batch of the storyline of the Darksaber? Because I have no idea.
Me neither. I have no idea
anything of this Darksaber.
Without going into any details, the planet Mandalore, where the Mandalorians are from, they were actually a peaceful race of people, but then there was actually a civil war that broke out. And then the Mandalorians were always bowed themselves as the enemies to the Jedi. until there was one Mandalorian who was actually a Jedi. He was both a Mandalorian and a Jedi.
Right, and they mentioned that in the last episode. There was I don't remember the name.
They had the bloodline. They had one of the descendants that he battled. The what's the name? The Djarin.
Yeah, the House Vizsla.
Yeah,
the Darksaber belonged to the House Vizsla. So yeah, there was a Mandalorian who was also a Jedi, and he created the Darksaber. And it's rumored to believe that the reason why the Darksaber is black is because on the inside is actually a black hole, which actually also explains why it's so heavy too, because of all the gravity that it's pulling in. So that hasn't been confirmed, but that's a big rumor about it.
Rumorville.
So the black saber has to be earned in battle. That's how you end up becoming the leader of Mandalore. So right now, Din Djarin is
the leader of Mandalore.
in possession of it.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's genius, yo. That's
Great.
So interesting. I can't wait.
So you have to watch. You have to watch Clone Wars in order to
really understand that.
And it involved Darth Maul.
My next project.
Another fan favorite.
My next project.
One I can't wait for the Obi-Wan. No, what is it? The Obi-Wan Kenobi movie where I can finally see my other fan favorite guy come back.
Okay.
Darth Maul coming back. Oh my god! I can't wait.
I know Darth Maul
and Boba Fett were like my two main villains that never got their just deserves of the screen.
They never got their play. They never got their play.
Glad they're coming back.
Because all Darth Maul, he was in Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, Darth Maul in Clone Wars is a bad man.
I'm telling you, there's going to be so much more. There's so much more for them to do because they're just right smack in the middle of, the times of those particular movies. So this is going to survive way after us. You know what I mean? Whoever gets handed down and continue this legacy. But yeah, guys,
great
right. Thank God for Mr. Lucas, man. He created a fantastic one, man.
Oh yeah.
So
Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, they're the ones who've been running the Clone Wars, Mandalorian, Boba Fett.
Right.
So these guys.
Jon Favreau got this genius mind that I used to know him as a little comic guy in movies. Where did he come from with his brain of geniusness?
We have him to thank for both the Star Wars universe and the MCU. Both of them came from Jon Favreau.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I always knew him as like a comic guy, background movie character, comic guy, and now my man's like
front and center. Front and center.
He's been there. Crazy. He's been there. And in all fairness, he's been there since Friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
He's been an actor. He's been an actor first since the beginning, but you already could tell he was He was really a writer first. But they say to get in the game. Man. Say that again.
Some people just got that writing gene that just sick of write stories for days.
Yeah, some people got that. And you got to be. They say you got to be a writer first. And then get into directing and writing. It's like giving you some type of permission,
Absolutely.
Which is unfortunate because there's so many greats who could do that first and do it for 30 years. But it is what it is, But look, guys. So with this show overall, right? We're gonna start with Jess. What do you rate it?
I'm gonna have to, given the good and the bad of it, I'm gonna have to give it like a 6.5 right now because there's a lot where it's lacking. Like I said, it hurts with how they're telling the story. It hurts how they're kind of pulling you out of the Star Wars universe. And how are you gonna let a completely other character just overtake your own titled series?
All right, you're good.
Who's that? DJ Star Wars? Okay. Jess,
touch your fingers.
Jess, I almost called you King Karim, man. My bad,
guy
bro.
Right now. I'm mute him real quick.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just bringing the truth, son.
Okay, no, that's okay. That's all you could do, bro. That's literally.
We don't do halves on the show, bro. It's whole numbers. So I guess it'd be equivalent to a 7.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Damn! He rounded down.
He rounded down instead of up.
I thought you rounded it down to 7, but okay. So Dirty, what do you got? What do you give it?
I would give it like a 7 or 8, only because we have one more episode left, and it took me. I'll give it an 8 only because it took for the Mandalorian to kind of like spice up the show a little bit.
Okay. Steph?
I was gonna say at 8-2, but I think it's really because of the excitement seeing the Mandalorian again and seeing Grogu and seeing that story with Luke Skywalker was like really exciting for me. So definitely 8 for me. Yeah, but I can't wait for tomorrow. So that's what I'm waiting for, the season finale. So it should be fun.
Yeah, that energy was real. With Luke, the energy was real.
Oh, it was amazing to see that. Amazing.
With all of them.
That was fantastic.
It went up from a regular episode with, before them to like 18 out of 1 out of 10 for me with that one episode. It was
yeah.
I was over here like, oh, wait, stop, slow down. Like, you're killing me right now. Party J, what do you got?
I'm gonna go probably 8-2, man. 8's good. 8's a good number for it. I was always a big Boba Fett fan, so it's kind of a little biased. Why I get probably a little 8. But story with Boba Fett's good. I like to see all the background with him, the inclusion of the Mando to see where his storyline's continuing now, and now he's back with Boba, and they're gonna meet up to take down the Syndicate now, which is really good. Seeing Cad Bane in there, another favorite bounty hunter of the series, and like this good hope for this season finale right now. It's gonna bang it out, wrap it up to give it to a 9. So
maybe
I like it.
Maybe.
I like it.
Okay, and I agree with 3 out of 4. I give it an 8 as well. I couldn't do the 6 or the 6.5, Jeff. I couldn't kill it. I couldn't kill it like that because for me, I just love what they're doing. They're doing the cartel / gang life situation with Boba Fett. I run the town, and battling back and forth. I knew when they started to do that, I know it's gonna slowly pick up. So, and it makes sense, if you watch regular gang shows or like Sopranos, Mafioso, it's not wham bam every episode. It slowly picks up, and that's what they're doing, but in a StarWars form. So I'll go with 8 on that one. And Steph, what can they find the show?
So they can find that show right now on Disney Plus and stuff like that. So definitely go have an opportunity and go check that out.
Yep.
Man, Disney is winning, man.
Yeah. As usual.
A little fun fact too about Boba Fett is the fact that he only had like 3 lines in the whole movie, and he just made like a big impact throughout the whole series. Just 3 overall. Yeah, overall. Yeah. Like he just had 3 lines and like a 5-minute cameo throughout the whole series of Star Wars.
That was that little documentary you were telling me about. Yeah.
So that's crazy though. Wow. He made a big impact to the series.
I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So Steph, what do we have next for the next segment?
We're going to be talking about Peacemaker.
Ready?
Yes.
All right, hold on, guys.
Love it.
Ooh, first and foremost, that boy James Gunn.
Oh yeah.
That guy's special.
That man has got.
Believe that I just hear? They hear eagerly.
He's got the greatest needle drops out of any other director I've ever seen. Okay, come on.
What are needle drops? What does that mean?
The needle drops is any time that music is played in order to express a mood or an emotion during a movie. So you have 2 different types of needle drops. You have the needle drops that the actual characters can hear, and you have needle drops that they can't hear. Both are supposed to convey either how they're feeling or what the mood is currently.
Okay.
Yo, Jesse just dropping knowledge. He's dropping needle points right now.
Need that. Want that. Desire that knowledge.
Needle drops.
So, Jess, what do you take with what's to come overall with Peacemaker? First of all, his name is Peacemaker, and he's killing. So that's hilarious in itself, right?
That's a conundrum.
Trying to get peace, no matter who he has to kill, no matter what
happened.
Except for kids. Okay. Say he don't kill kids.
No, he does. What are you talking about?
Of course, yeah.
He does kill kids.
Oh, he does.
Well, no, he said in the Suicide Squad movie, no matter how many men, women, or children I have to kill.
What you talking about?
Now,
he did say.
He had to change your heart. He had to change your heart in this series.
But of course, the purpose of any story is to show transformation. So he's got to start off being the ultimate asshole, and he has to finish it being the greatest guy you've ever met.
He still is.
I was trying to say, technically, he still is.
So perfectly.
Oh my God.
Party J, go ahead. Party J, take over. Party J, he ready.
Oh man, Peacemaker, the continuation from the Suicide Squad movie. Continues his character. He just got out of the hospital. New team, trying to take down these bug. What are the bug people called?
Butterflies, right? The butterflies.
Mariposas.
Yeah.
Mariposas.
Yeah. And I love Vigilante's new sidekick. The comedy between those two guys are hilarious. The comedy between him and the whole team is great. His little quips, the back and forth banter. He has nicknames for everybody, which is hilarious. Die Beard is probably one of the most greatest. Like,
to it.
Economist motherfucker.
He beat me to it. Damn it! He beat me.
How do you talk back to him? Like I'm this fat dude with a giant, miscolored beard. And this giant, anti-hero, supervillain hero,
Buck motherfucker,
I'm fucking shit. Like, I can't do anything to him. I'm take him off the chin.
Nah, I'm good.
What am I supposed to do? But man, it's great. I don't know how many episodes left. I don't know if it's a season finale.
There's one more.
No, two more.
I think it's 2 more, isn't it?
No, this one. Yeah, two more. I remember they said this week.
This one and then
the week after.
The week after.
I remember after the credits. Yeah. So his dad is this
White dragon.
KKK Nazi overlord
superhero
with a white dragon costume. The white dragon.
Isn't it a white dragon, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, the white dragon.
If you don't know who that is, we're talking about old school Terminator.
T-1000.
All right, T-1000. Come on now.
Legend.
Man.
My man got proton cannons in his arms now. Like, it's crazy.
It's one of those random movies where I find the sequel better than the original. T2 was really good.
I fucking love that movie.
Right? So that's one of those a rare Easter eggs where the sequel's actually better than the first one.
For sure.
Terminator 2 was one of the greatest sequels to ever be made.
Hands down.
I could just have an episode going into full detail about why it is everything that James Cameron did in that movie. But whatever. Back to Peacemaker.
Yeah. So now the last 2 episodes are the trifecta of things are coming together. The butterflies, the white dragon, and Peacemaker. So now these last 2 episodes are bringing everybody together, and the credits for this next one got a nice little battle between him and his dad. His dad's I gotta kill my son. I gotta finally take out the trash because he killed his brother before, and his dad still held that resentment. So his dad's no, that's it. He's done. I'm taking his mother boy out now. So yeah, I love it. I love where it's going. I love it. It's a great series. It's great comedy, great action. It's great. I want to say.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know yet what happened to his brother.
I was gonna say I don't even know what happened to his brother.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to his brother. But story aside, this show has one of the greatest intros ever.
That intro, I never skip intro. I sing along every time it comes on.
There's so much personality to it. All right, so you could tell this would be a dance routine that Peacemaker himself would put together and make everybody else dance to.
Right.
And the song choice too, again, James Gunn has got the greatest needle drops ever.
James Gunn don't miss. He doesn't miss.
It was good. I it so far.
And if I don't know if y'all know that he created it, directed it, written it. It's
trifecta. Trifecta.
Hey James, you think I could write just 1 or 2? No, I'm good. Thank you.
Now,
listen, we were talking earlier about celebrities saying stuff in the past and that coming back to haunt them. If it hadn't been for his old tweets, which were insane, he put some really crazy and insane tweets out, which he did apologize for and admitted he was only doing for the attention and the shock value. But either way, it was still wrong. But if that hadn't come out, he wouldn't have had the best of both worlds because he ended up getting both Marvel and DC because of it. So the man
worked out in his favor.
Yeah.
Worked out in his favor.
Yeah, man. And I can't wait for Guardians, his Guardians sequel coming out too. It's supposed to be great as well. So I mean,
Guardians 3.
Another good.
Guardians 3. Not sequel. Man. That's a trifecta.
That's it. It's his last one about with the old crew. With the old crew together. So Some people going, some people leaving, some people dying. We never know what's going on with that movie now.
Right. It might also be James Gunn's last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. They might be handing over the reins to a different director afterwards.
Is he doing the Is he doing the Groot special also? Is he directing that Groot special movie? He is, right?
He does have involvement with the Groot holiday special. But yeah, this it might be his last Guardians movie as well. So
makes sense.
Well, that remains to be seen, man. Like, right now, let's just enjoy the moment.
Yeah. One thing I noticed,
but we need more. Dirty.
Yo,
Steph, what y'all think about this show?
I think it's awesome. And one thing I noticed is, yes, the movies, DC movies, kind of flop. Besides Batman, all the other ones are not as good. But they're giving us good shows and giving us like all these dysfunctional side of the families and all the stuff. And it's almost bringing me back to like The Boys and all the stuff like. Because when you see Marvel movies, you don't see that type of dysfunction. You just see a superhero, all the glory and all that stuff.
Yeah, perfect.
It's always perfect, So now you're seeing like the dysfunction in the family or all the issues that they go through.
Not perfect.
And I love that.
Not perfect.
It makes a character well-rounded. It kind of brings it back to grounded.
The mouse will not allow for any of that sort of stuff. So it's interesting to see what will happen with Deadpool. But I will say that DC, they shine with all of their content that's not on the big screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything that
Titans,
they make.
The animated universe.
Doom Patrol, everything, bro.
Top tier movies I've ever seen.
Young Justice.
They'll get better, though. They'll get better. Steph, what you think?
Hilarity. I have to give it a 9. I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop. I know that time with the last episode when they first discovered that the butterflies were one of the, not Harcourt, the other gentleman. Mur. So when they saw him, and I was just like, oh shit, game changer. Like, what the hell just happened right now? So now just seeing that, I was just like, whoa.
He's a good butterfly.
Shoe has dropped. I was like, so now we see the next episode and all the butterflies come out. I was like, oh shit, they're taking over. I was like, oh my God.
When she picked up the X-ray vision helmet, I said, "Oh shit, she gonna find out.
It's about to go down."
I was like, "Oh shit."
She turned around. I said, "Oh, here we go." That was great.
Nah, what was scary was when to me, what was scary, I jumped. You Steph know me, Dre know me. I don't watch Dirty know me. I don't watch scary movies. And when that dude jumped out of his chair, I said, bro. I had no piece of action in me at all. Pause. I said, just run, boo. Like you don't know what to do with that butterfly. Like just run.
Hilarious.
Real quick on IMDb, this week. Yes, Jay, you're right. We have this week's episode that's coming out, and we've got next week's. The 17th, that'll be the finale. But based on what we've seen so far, it's still with 2 episodes left to go. I've got no choice so far, but to go with stuff as well. It's got to be a 9. Just based on what they've given so far.
Oh yeah,
this is for sure. Just jumped right
6
into
to a 9.
The ratings.
Listen, I call it how it is. When it's good, it's good. When there's issues, I'm calling it out.
He's giving out fucking 6s before. I'm like, what is that?
I like Jesse because he's like another version of Karim, but he's more lenient with the scores though.
Right, absolutely. 6.5.
It didn't pull me in. It didn't pull me in.
In math, it's usually rounded out from 6.5 to 7.
Will it make you feel better? Will it make you feel better if I up my score to a 7?
No. Don't make me.
Too late now.
No, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, I feel great already.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
I'm going with a 9 also. Now it was dope. But I also like too that it brung in like in the background very like obscure DC characters that are not mainstream. Like one was Batmite. Batmite was a name drop in that show that's hilarious. Intergalactic alien that copies Batman and follows him around and tries to befriend him and stuff like that. Hilarious. It's definitely a 9. Okay. It's solid. Comedy is great. Action's great. Story's great. Can't go any better.
Steph?
My only concern right now is that if we're going back to the storyline with Suicide Squad, how would that work on the timeline? Like in terms of like going forward.
This is after. It'll be after.
That's after the jellyfish.
Yeah.
The jellyfish fillings.
It's after that one, right?
The starfish.
It is literally like right after that.
Right, because So then, okay, so let's say the theory ends. What's the next, like, do they work in like...
Well, we'll have to see.
That's what we said before with the Flash. We don't know where...
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so it's right now. Right, DC's still all over the place, but they're getting it together. They're getting it together.
There's actually one.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say the reason why things are also all over the place too is because like there's even like this one Easter egg where on the little book that they plant at Peacemaker's house actually has a logo of the Wayne Foundation on it, and it's not the Wayne Foundation from Ben Affleck's Batman. It's actually the Wayne Foundation logo from Christian Bale's Batman. So it's still all over the place.
Oh, see,
I didn't notice that. All I noticed was when I looked in Information Movie Database, IMDb, is I saw Ben Affleck's name on the Flash movie.
That was really great too.
Right, because I was over here like, I thought he was done, but again, J-Lo came back to his life and he lost like 80 pounds, so he's ready.
That's it. All you need a little Latina in your life to spice you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the woman of your dreams will make you get straight.
So the hate over here, bro.
Michael Keaton's in that movie too. Don't forget, original Batman from the OG series as well,
1989.
Right.
No, we know there's no George Clooney Batman. No George Clooney Batman in the series.
No, Batman. We're good. We're good. Thank you.
That credit card.
So hold on, Dirty. What do you think? What you give it?
I give it a 9. Like I give it. It's good. It's getting good, and I just hope to see more. You know, like it's gonna suck. These next 2 weeks is gonna finish, but we'll see what DC has in store after that, you know. And I gotta catch up on Titans and Doom Patrol.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more than a 9, and I'll just say this real quick. It's like to me, it's like a 9.8, and basically because we're doing our best, and I said this before, we're doing our best to get out of overall CGI-ness of these shows, you know, and we do that for the movies enough. So this is real acting, you know, either you're being silly or you're being crazy or you're being awesome, all in one. And there's not a lot of CGI. That's why I love it, you know. So I'm gonna go with a 9.8. Not too surprising.
They used the real eagle too. They said in the show.
I don't think so. No animals were harmed during the time of this filming.
They taught an eagle how to hug.
They did.
Right. For the most part, but I'll take that. If anything, I'll take those little CGIs, you know, but not the overallness of it. You know, not the whole show all the time. So what do you overall, right? I'm thinking, do you think this show's gonna have a good 7 seasons, 5 seasons? What y'all think?
No, maybe like 2, 3.
No,
maybe 2.
3 seasons.
Because you got to introduce other characters.
5 max. Depending what they go with different characters, like how much they want to develop Peacemaker in general. They want to bring him to like the forefront of the Suicide Squad,
right?
So you got to see what they, you know, if Harley's going to come back at all. You got to see what they're doing with the whole Suicide Squad element. They're going to make a sequel to the other movie, so it's very
open
to be determined. To be honest,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go with the chair on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I heard one thing too. They were might pull from this series was a Blue Beetle. They might use like the butterfly to somehow work in Blue Beetle into the forefront as well. I'm not sure where. Yeah, because the device on his back is the Beetle. It's alien technology. I don't know. It kind of looks like the ship and stuff like that. But, I mean, they might try to pull something with the butterflies to incorporate Blue Beetle. I heard that somewhere, but that could be just random.
Well, something a bit more practical that I think about though is John Cena and his availability. I mean, the man is like super in demand now. He's really like turning into another Rock, where he's more of an actor than anything. You know?
Yeah, he pretty much retired from wrestling.
Yeah. So, like, what his availability would be to continue to play the role, especially because filming a movie is very different from filming a series. You know, they're two different beasts. The schedules are very different. Right. So, you know, to see what John Cena will be willing to do and for how long.
Yeah, no, he has to finish what? I think 1 or 2 more Fast and the Furious movies. So they got him on that as well. So I mean,
what?
I thought it was just one. There's 2 more. I thought it was just one.
I think there's 2 more. I think they planned for 2 more. I could be wrong, but I think there's 2 more.
Wow.
Why?
Okay. You're shutting up your quotation too hard, bro.
And why? But I'll still be there.
Why you talking with food in your mouth?
Yeah. So, Steph, where can they find this show?
They can find this show definitely on HBO Max. From there, you can find all the other great shows we've been talking about on the podcast. So definitely check that out, guys.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So now we're gonna go into in this show. This movie is like a golden oldie. It's probably Steph's favorite, probably right now. Steph, am I right? Out of all we've been talking about,
it's my favorite.
Right, Steph, dig into it.
So we're gonna be talking about Scream.
That's a classic, by the way.
Don't pick up the phone. Don't pick it up.
Don't pick it up.
So, Steph, what do we know about this Scream?
The way that I think about it, the way it's being interpreted, they're saying that it's a reboot. I don't know if it's a continuation. They call it Scream, but is it called Scream 5? This is the toss-up, unofficial. So when we think about this movie premiered, and there was a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz behind it, only because they're going to be reintroducing the OG crew that's coming back. We're talking about Sidney Prescott. We're talking about Deputy Dewey. We're talking about Gail Weathers. So you talk about the OGs that are back. Now, when we're thinking about new characters that are being introduced, we're talking about relationships. The relationships and the connections. That's where the foundation of this movie is. So taking it back, let's go back to part 1. Going back to Scream 1. So we have the killings going back to basics. So Scream 5 really took the killing and made it the center of this movie. Really did. And it was more simplistic. It was more cutthroat. It was straight to the point. And it was just something that I enjoyed this movie just because it was like an homage to Scream 1. That was for me.
Yeah, they reinvented like the slasher flicks, you know.
Absolutely. Just going 90s. Back to the basics. And, you know, when thinking about how they use the relationships as a reason for them to come back into town. So if you haven't had the chance, spoiler alert, Dewey dies. That's one of the main highlights, that Deputy Dewey dies in this movie. So
one of them had to die.
One of them had to.
But it won't be Neve Campbell.
We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know if there's space. We don't know if there's space for this to continue on to another set of series.
Yeah, if she didn't die in 3, she ain't gonna die in this.
Yeah, exactly. So thinking about the plot, we have to think about how each character is developed, right? So Neve Campbell, Sidney Scott, main character, she originally dated Billy Loomis. Billy Loomis was one of the characters and the main killers in part 1. Now, in this series, Billy Loomis has a daughter. We don't even know how that came about. They didn't really explain it. It seemed like it was something of an affair. We don't know the real identity of the mom, but we know that Billy Loomis is the father. Now, the main character, Sam, she is also replacing Sydney's place. So she is the one that's in the center of that. So at this point, now we're focusing on her story. Now, a lot of mirror imaging going on. Sidney Prescott and Sam, Billy Loomis's daughter, they both are dating the killer. Deputy Dewey, he called it from the beginning. He was like, "Are you the killer? We have to keep an eye on you. We have to make sure that we're not repeating history again." But yet, history repeats itself.
Stabbed him in the face right there. Yeah, it is me.
It is me. Boom.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it seems like when it comes to the OG relationships, and they even said it, when Jamie Kennedy's nieces and nephews, when he had in part 3, He had a whole video just acting as a tutorial to tell you and explain that the rules are changed. And it changed in Scream 5 or Scream or however you want to call this reboot. You can edit that. Reboot. So for me, it's about finding out those relationships and making it seem like that's not really there. When I mean that is that Sidney Prescott, she's now married, she has children. She does everything humanly possible to stay away from Woodsboro. Everybody keeps coming back. And it's just all these circumstances come back. Dewey dies. My man she has to come. She has to come back. Gail Weathers, another one, cannot stay away from a story. So you're thinking about all these different stories and how they intertwine. What's King Karim call them? The micro stories.
Micro stories.
The micro stories.
So a lot of these micro stories are really at the center of how this story came to be. And, one homage to one of the characters, Wes, was a dedication to the actual director herself, Wes Craven, who Wes passed away in 2015, who was originally, that this film was now done without him, and the reins had to be taken on by 2 other new directors. And they did justice.
Yeah. It was another homage to Wes Craven. They had Elm Street in the beginning of the movie
as well.
They showed Elm Street.
Oh, shit, I missed that.
Yeah, when they're zooming into town, they see the street sign that says Elm Street.
Elm Street on it.
Wait, so does that mean like Scream and like Freddy are like in the same movie now?
Well, but remember Wes Craven directed both. So you already know that
he makes a funny.
You never know. You never know. I mean, you never know. They did Freddy and Jason. So
yeah, they did, right, man?
Ghostface versus Freddy.
No! I don't even want to get into that.
Well, I want to know. I love the Scream movies, but like every time I watch the Scream movies, a scary movie always
what is going
ruined it for me. I can't even hear the button depressing.
Hold on, party. Hold on. I think Dirty wants to get dirty with it.
Hey, you guys hear that?
I can't.
Don't even get tests, cause I'll make you undress like porn dancers, waiting at the front door for an answer. Hey yo, I'm sick of artificial MCs
like silicone titties.
Don't even test, cause I'll make you.
What are we
doing? My man went left field and didn't get
scary movie. Scary movie bits.
Somebody take the soundboard away from him.
We tried. He brought it.
This is my show.
Party J, go ahead.
No, what I'll tell you, I mean, not you play a scary movie soundtrack, but like this Scream always reminds me of scary movie. Like I think, like with Marlon Wayans, like these are the rules to survive a
horror movie.
That's it, run, like that, and then like over the Doofy, over the Doofy portability from the scary movies, like I just see the scary movie character as him now. I just can't I had Doofy, you remember, but I just think of the other guy from.
Yeah, but meanwhile, at the end of that movie, he was the fucking killer.
He was crazy, right?
So good, it was so good.
But what are the odds?
Yeah, Scream was good. I liked it. It was cool. It was a good little reboot for sure. The killing in the hospital with where he killed Doofy with the 2 knives and he jacked them up. That was
right at the spinal column. Well, we have a theory about that. Before we go on, Jesse, go ahead, Jesse.
Oh my God, that's a lot, man. So guys, what do we give this movie? Let's start with Steph. 1 out of 10.
I'm giving it 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 because for me,
She's a fan.
I'm a fan.
That
I'm a fan.
Hurt my soul right there.
I know, but it's because I'm a true fan.
Let her talk. Hold on, Drake. Hold on, Jake.
No.
Why, Steph?
For me, it goes back to a time where I remember my innocence and
cut school.
I cut school.
So it's your nostalgia of getting.
It's my nostalgia. Yeah, that's really what it is.
The movie itself is your nostalgia.
There you go.
Nostalgia.
So I give it a 10 because it does something for me in a nostalgic way. So yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
That's cool. Party J, who's ready to go left field.
I'm 7. 7. It was good. definitely. Okay. I can't. It was typical horror movie. I like the killings. If I go middle numbers, I go 7.5. We're gonna go whole numbers here, and I'm not rounding to an 8. But 7's a good number.
Okay, Dre.
I give it a 8 or 8.5, only because the killings were brutal. I love the killings. It was like just senseless killings, and it was like remorseless. The killers were just killing, stabbing people left and right with no remorse, and it was just crazy. And also another Easter egg that was happening. The car scene. There was a car scene where the car was revving up. That was another tribute to Wes Craven for the movie Christine, because he co-wrote it with what's the other
John Carpenter?
Yeah, John Carpenter. He wrote that with John Carpenter, Christine.
I think so.
Yeah, because it had the old school car revving up, and then boom. I thought the car was gonna drive into the wall and pin the guy, but the dude just came.
That would have been good too.
Right in the neck. Like, he was just, and the fact that it just brought horror back to basics. It was just like very good. Because a lot of these horror movies now, like, they're like, I'm not.
What do you mean?
They're not pleasing. They're not. It's. I don't know. Like, this was like straight up non CGI. It was just straight up minimal CGI, but it was just the killing was brutal. I love it.
Yeah. Right. For sure.
Right. It's the CGI, man. It's taking over, and we love it, but I think it's to a point where you got to say to yourself, yeah, you want to slow it down just a little bit, you know?
And this was it.
But Jess, what do you think?
Oh, you guys aren't going to like me.
Try me.
Boy.
Try me.
Where's my bounce button?
Where's the mute button? Where's the mute button?
5.3.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 5.
That's a -5 from Steph's 10.
But Jesse and I have an understanding. So.
No, listen. For me, they didn't bring anything new to it. I've never been a slasher movie fan in the first place, but I can still try to be as non-biased as I can about a movie. And I went into it. The first Scream is a classic because there was no other movie that was like Scream before it, But this is the 5th movie in. I don't see anything new. I don't see anything innovative. I don't see the story being moved forward. I kind of really can't stand the trope where in order to continue a story, you need to add a family member of a main character in order to keep things relevant. So and I feel like that's exactly with what they did with Melissa Barrera's character. I just don't feel like it added anything new, and I've kind of felt like David Arquette, like he was kind of like, I'm done with this franchise. If you kill me off, I can't come back in no more movies. So I'm done with it.
Right.
I just don't feel like it brought anything new, or that anybody's story got better or more developed or anything like that. It just didn't do anything for me.
I'm gonna have to reverse
reverse that car. Use the reverse card.
I'm using the reverse card today.
Reverse the call.
A reverse of a 5.
A reverse
of a 5. It's halfway.
Just to piggyback on what Jesse was saying, I understand that the trope of the story kind of seems repetitive, but again, that's what horror slasher movies do. When you have something that works, people tend to try to reuse that formula. And again, you're using you're mirroring the images, right? So we know that in Scream 3 they used Sidney's half brother, right? He was the killer. Now in number 4, it was Sidney's cousin. Now in 5, we're talking about Billy Loomis's daughter, the original killer. So now I understand why it happens, but
there's also the thing that the killer's motivation was super weak. They were just like, oh, we just want to keep it going. There has to be a killer.
Yeah.
I agree.
That was there was no motivation. And the fact that Dewey was killed by a 16-year-old girl who was able to stick him with knives on both sides and lift him up.
No.
Listen.
Because the only other killer was Jack Quaid.
Let me tell you something. No. Listen to the theory.
My theory is because there were 3 killers.
There's 3 killers.
They said they found each other on Reddit. So there's a whole following of
There's a third killer. That was our theory. There is a third killer.
And the third killer was taller.
There's no implication of that.
Exactly.
Or
it will be in the next movie.
No, but that's the thing. That means that you have to retcon it. Okay? Because as we know, by the end of the movie, we only have 2 killers. You're insinuating that there's a third killer. There's no valid proof. And if there was, then there has to be another movie to validate that.
It's going to be another
I'm talking
movie.
about within this movie.
So it's been greenlighted, the second movie. Yeah, it's been greenlighted.
It has been. But until then, throughout this movie, and based with what this movie is alone, we only got 2 assumptions of who the killer is. The girl or Jack Quaid. Mm-hmm. Okay, those are our only 2 killers. And Jack Quaid was there in the hallway with them. So he wasn't the one who gutted Officer Joey.
But there's no way that the 16-year-old did it either.
Right, the girl was outside. And this guy was taller, and he was like, it was an honor.
No, we don't know anything about the girl because she wasn't in the scene. Okay? Because she wasn't in the scene, we don't know what she did. We don't know where she went. We don't know what she was doing. So that's an assumption, again, that you're making. So as of right now, what the accurate assumption of the movie currently is that it was the girl who killed Doofy.
That's bullshit.
Who killed Doofy.
No,
that's bullshit. I don't believe it.
It is bullshit for her.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Reverse card. Bullshit. Reverse that theory. Bullshit. It's crazy.
No, I'm sorry. You got to reverse your theory because you don't have any other grounds to say that there was a third killer.
Because they had
within the movie.
They met each other on Reddit, and they have a whole cult following of Ghostface Killer.
So what? That doesn't mean that there's a third person involved. It means that there were other people that were interested.
They made phone calls. They made a phone call. Like, yo, I need you to be at the hospital. Got him like a fish, and the guy had a bulletproof vest.
Got him like a fish. Got him like a fish.
The guy had a bulletproof vest when he shot him.
If that ends up being the case, only one other movie. Yeah. But like I said, based on this movie alone, it was only the 2 killers.
Of course.
Where the hell they get a bulletproof vest from?
Exactly.
Yeah, where the hell they getting a bulletproof vest?
Must be a cop. Must be somewhere. A follower, a Ghostface follower.
But then the thing is, we also talked about that there was another.
This guy's probably son. The other killer from the first movie.
It could be that Shaggy too. We don't know. Shaggy.
Yeah, it could have been Shaggy.
You stupid.
That showed up and killed me.
Oh my god. No, but the thing is that with that was another thing that we also mentioned too, that they never revealed the identity of the mom. They never revealed the identity of the dad. So we were thinking maybe they were part of it as well. You know, that was something that we're always trying to figure things out. But I know Jay figured out the killer really, really quickly in the movie, right? And I did too. Like I figured it out right away. Did you figure it out too, Jesse?
My fiance figured out. My fiance figured it out before we even watched the movie.
Yeah.
Before we even saw the movie.
Yeah.
And we just saw. No, she didn't guess. She had a very educated guess, and as soon as she told me who she thought the killer was, I was like, yeah, that's the killer. And then what also disappointed me is that it turned out being exactly who we thought it was. So that's why it takes even more away for me. Because I'm like, we haven't even seen the movie. We just saw the poster. We already know who the killer is.
Right.
I thought it was going to be 3. And I had it as the twins and the China, like not giving it as like Jack Quaid. Then one of the twins got shot. I was like, oh no, it's the China and Jack Quaid. I was like, I switched out like right away there. And then, like once one of them got hit, I was like, they can't be both. It's either one or none. It's either both of them or none of them. So once that happened, I was like, okay. I thought it was the Asian chick because she kind of always looked like a little sussy the whole movie. I was like, he's acting too sus for no reason right now.
You're looking a little sussy right now.
Hey yo!
Hey yo! Sus, son. That's mad sus, son.
All right, we got got a minute left. So I guess we're gonna start.
I mean, so overall though, you guys recommend this movie, right?
We do. I do.
If you're a fan, go see it. If you
watch all of them,
watch it. Yeah, it doesn't hurt nobody.
Fan, go see it.
Yeah, for sure. If you're a fan, go definitely go see it.
Oh my God! So finishing strong right now is the funny talk segment, and by that I mean, matter of fact, Steph, tell them what I'm talking about.
Oh my God!
These 2 guys are gonna talk about the pure fuckery of this movie.
So we're gonna be talking about Jackass.
Jackass Forever.
Jackass just opened last week, and let me tell you, the buffoonery, the jackassery. And then, warning: do not try these stunts at home.
I didn't listen to that. I say that much right now.
Oh my God!
Just what did Ern say? The fuckery.
The pure fuckery.
Listen, when you could always get a group of white boys together and do stupid shit.
Shit's about to go down.
Oh my God!
Like us minorities, like, are you sure you want to do that?
I don't know.
Like, you sure you want me to have a cow kick you in the nuts?
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, just let it record. Just let it
run. Jesse, I want to know about what you think about the opening scene.
Oh my God. So like I went to see this movie with my stepson, and he's just 13 years old. I was like,
yes. Good
my man got cool points.
I mean, like, and I've seen all the other Jackass movies, so awesome. Like they've been pretty crazy. So I was expecting it to be, something within that vein of them getting hurt in all sorts of wacky, crazy ways. I wasn't expecting, Chris Pontius's penis all painted up
like Godzilla,
and shooting. And shooting his
sperm.
How can we call it? His
projectile.
Fire, his breath, liquid. I wasn't expecting that. It caught me off guard, and it just kept on going from there. Just penises everywhere, and. They have very tenacious penises. With all the stuff they end up doing to them, I'll just tell you that much. I'm surprised they have children.
How are they so connected is what I want to know at some point too. Like, this shit, they just love hitting each other in the balls and the dick. Like, I just don't get it.
That's all they did, bro. All they did. It was just like,
oh my god,
hardcore. It was like,
I love how they bring back the hand.
They did.
The treadmill hand. I love that. Is probably
with the flip flop.
Like, oh,
the Machine Gun Kelly one.
Machine Gun Kelly. Yo, my man said he hit the water. He said this shit is cold.
I need some help over here.
I need help over here.
Help! It is cold.
Help!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Almost dying with the bull, like you getting flipped over, and like I think he had like a concussion, brain.
He broke a rib.
He had brain.
He had a brain hemorrhaging. He fucking broke his wrist. I was like, oh my god!
The doctor said he scored a 17 out of 100 on his cognitive test.
I saw
a few days out. I was like, he's like, are you having trouble paying attention? He goes, yeah. Why? He goes, because you scored a 17 out of 100 on this cognitive test.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I guess it's like what?
And this right here is the struggle why we in the States don't have universal health care. Or else all these white boys are all going to shit.
I don't want to pay for that.
I'm just trying to survive, man. Yeah. And these guys are ruining it for all of us.
Oh my god! I love how they brought Francis Ngannou in there to punch my man Aaron. I think Aaron gets it the worst sometimes, man.
He does.
First of all, the pogo sticks to the nuts was crazy.
That was insane.
Francis Ngannou straight
right cutting him.
Just thinking about it.
My man has the hardest punch, bro. Guinness World Record, like the hardest thrown punch.
My man, per pound square. 255. He's the 255 heavyweight champion of the world in the UFC right now.
Yeah.
My man just beat this French dude 5 rounds and made him look like a child and beat his butt.
Man.
Like, Ngannou's no joke, my man. My man is straight from, I think he's from, I think it's Nigeria, like straight beast. My man.
Yo, my man said to him, don't tell him about what I did.
That's his nickname.
Yeah. He's like, don't tell him about what I did.
Don't tell him. Why are you telling him the story when he's ready to go and punch him? I was like, what the
You see, Steph ain't even a guy, and she had sympathetic pain.
I did. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god. and then with the softballs too. And I was just like, "Yo, what are they doing?"
Yeah, my favorite part was what's the dude named Jasper? It had his dad on.
The new guys, huh?
Yeah.
The new guy.
The spider had the spider, the helmet. Like the dad was like scared of.
What was his name?
Black Hawk.
Yeah, Black Hawk. Shane Hawk. Yeah. He was scared of spiders, scared of like animals and stuff. It was hilarious. Like, and I love the fact
overall the new crew addition to the Jackass.
Yes.
Family.
We saw the bonus edition.
Seeing a girl.
Yeah, right. I liked it.
But she's a comedian. She was invited.
Seeing a girl.
Yeah, because it's
in the Jackass squad.
That's part of the Jackass realm. Absolutely, and that bitch took a scorpion to the lips. I was like, yo,
4 times she got stung right in her mouth by a scorpion, and she just took it like a champ.
Took it like a fucking champ.
I was saying, it's crazy how like all these new people had to audition and stuff like that to be part of the fraternity of Jackass people now, and it's like. I'm interested to see now if they go 5 with Jackass 5 in a few years with the new crew and then new set of people.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Because the other ones they might die, right?
Yeah.
Brain hemorrhage. They might come back to haunt them.
They might just straight up
get the
die.
new squad ready. Get the new squad ready.
Just pass the torch, man.
Like the version
Johnny
we saw.
Knoxville is 50 years old now.
Yeah,
50. But he really didn't do that many stunts.
Let him in Jacket like he in high school.
So look, real quick, do we recommend this movie in the theaters or just sit home and relax and watch it?
No.
For me,
get your bag of popcorn, get your friends, go to the theater and watch this ish.
Yeah.
Just for
it just brought back the nostalgia of watching Jackass on MTV. It was just like over the top. They overdid it with the dicks. Because they said that
with the male genitalia.
Yeah, the male genitalia, and only because they said that they really couldn't go out in the streets because of COVID, so they really had to like plan other.
They said that they were limited.
Being creative, and one thing like we saw the bonus version with the bonus content at the end where they kind of interviewed the cast, all the new guys, and it's kind of like passing the torch down to the new generation.
Yep.
To all these dumbasses that are out there. All these buffoons.
All these jackasses.
They're called jackasses.
There you go.
Jackasses.
Funny story. We did our own Jackass. I started my own Jackass, and it was called Dumbass. I remember that in high school.
I remember that.
Took a torch to my ass, set it on fire, jumped in the snow naked.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that for real?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I did it for real.
Yeah.
You sure? You look like the guy on the show, man. What's the name? Zach.
My God.
You know that disclaimer that says "Don't do this at home." I didn't read that.
It's for this guy. It's for this guy.
So I got a question for y'all. So where do you find this? Is it in the theaters now?
It's in the theaters now. It's in the theaters now.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's going to go on Paramount. Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus. In 45 days. In 45 days, it's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, in all, I gotta ask from 1 to 10. Let's start with Party J and his fiery ass.
my aim for a few months was called Hot Cheek 620 because it happened on June 20th.
Oh my God! Party J, what do you give this, bro?
You gotta go. It's a 10. Go to the movie theaters, get your friends together, get your popcorn ready, go see that hilariousness.
Where's the reverse card?
He said, "Where's the reverse card?"
Jess, what do you give this movie, man?
I'm gonna have to give it a 9.
Oh God.
There's just something about it. There's just something about it that I don't know. It's just entertaining for the worst reasons possible. It's like you like it and you hate yourself for liking it. But there's something about it that it's this lightning out of a bottle. Please don't anybody else aside from the Jackass guys ever do any of this stuff. And yeah, there's something about watching it in the theater that you can never replace that experience, especially with a movie like this where you don't know what's going to happen next. And to enjoy that with a bunch of random people around you, there's just something that just can't be replaced. But, watching it in the theater, just be safe when you go to the theater. But it was fantastic.
I'll give it a 9 because this is too many male genitalia for me. And let me tell you, I've seen a lot of male genitalia, and I mean that in a medical sense. So I've seen a lot.
Okay.
So not in that sense where you're thinking, but in a medical sense.
Disrespecting your husband.
No, not at that. No, not at all. Just in a medical sense, in being on the. Stop it. So for me, I had a great time. Dirty night. We went. We had a. You better stop.
Come on, guys. Come on.
I need an adult.
Oh my God! That was a microphone genitalia.
Oh my God!
Too much.
I can't, but I agree with Jay and Jesse. Go to the theaters. Go with your friends. Go with your family. Like if somebody was to ask me to go again, I would go again. I'm like, yo, you want to go? Let's go. Go get the nachos and cheese because it's just that type. It's that type of shit. Like you just can't make up. Like you can't make that shit up.
It's gold.
It's gold. It's just fucking gold.
Comedic gold.
It's like I was really impressed with the things that they did. It was crazy and it was stupid, and I've never seen a penis get flattened before. But I was really impressed that they came up with these ideas.
Yo, that's insane, yo.
I was kind of really impressed that they had these ideas.
Jeez. Dirty. Take it away and finish it with the 9.9.
I give it a 10, bro. It was. It just brought back, it gave it the nostalgia of watching, like I said, watching Jackass. And to me, my favorite skit was when they had the boxing gloves on the nuts. Boxing gloves, like the speed bags, it's just the creativity and like Jesse said, just being in the theater with other strangers that we have the same thing in common. Bridging the gap, diverse, all different races, everybody just watching the same thing. Laughter in the theater was just like. Oh man, this is what it was to watch Jackass back in the days in the theater.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just fun.
And
it
on
was just
TV.
hysterical.
It was gonna be OG Jackass.
And shout out to that the gentleman that passed. Oh my goodness.
Ryan Dunn.
Yeah, so that was also something that
it sucks that Bam couldn't get straight
be
and, part of it. Yeah,
it sucks, but sometimes people got that demon that they can't get rid of, and he's still struggling with it a lot. I mean, all with him and his alcoholism too, but also combined with his best friend Dunn.
His best friend,
too. So, I mean,
yeah.
He got a lot of stuff in his closet that he has to get right before he ever makes apologies with all the Jackass guys. That's a big burned bridge that has to get rebuilt in a long time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Or it might not be because now that the new cast.
That's insane. Maybe that's it. That's what
maybe
I'm saying. That's a big bridge to burn.
He's taken up a lawsuit with Paramount now because of it all.
Yeah, that's why I got delayed 4 months because of the whole court settlement that they were supposed to come in October last year. Now it came out in February this year. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Hope for the best. That's all you can do.
Yeah. So with that being said,
what do you give it, Ern? You gonna watch it?
It looks. No, I didn't see it. I just don't watch those type of movies, man. I've seen the first one. After that, I was.
Excuse me. What was that? Please. Hit him with the microphone dildo.
My man gonna come to the theater with his Bible. He'll come to the theater with his Bible. Like, yo, I don't do these type of this. Praise the Lord. I'm sorry for this.
Get this man the reverse card.
Come on, man. It's all love for me. I'm sorry.
Requirement. It's one or no penises in movies for him to go watch it. So
that's what happened. Yo, I can't.
Yeah, it's too much, man. But I did see the first one when the first one came out. It was funny. I ain't gonna front. But this one, the way you guys describe it, sound like it was probably for my mindset. I got a wild imagination, and I'll probably have dreams about certain situations. I don't feel like that. So with that being said, I get it though. Don't get me wrong. I get it. When I first saw the first one, I was over here. I was dying. I was like, yo, you motherfuckers is crazy.
Exactly, bro.
But yeah, but I'm good. But to catch it in theaters, it's still out there. You heard the good people here. 9.9999. Godly. Unbelievable. But Boba Fett gets a 6, so
And fucking Scream gets 5.
I'll give it a 7. All right, because it was much better than Scream. I can't have
not enough dicks in Boba Fett. That's what
giving it a 7.
No way.
I'm giving it a 7.
You retcon his answer.
I'm
retcon's a 7.
Yo.
Oh my God.
He said he erected his 7. He said he erected his 7.
Retcon, give it a retcon.
He said he erected.
Everyone's allowed one retcon.
I'm retconning it. I'm giving it a 7.
So Steph, like we're I know we're gearing to get out of here, but one more again. Where can they find us?
So don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and YouTube at 20 Talk 20. You can find us where 20 Talk is talking about all shows, music, movies, and everything in between. So go back and listen to wherever you listen to your podcast. You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, Breaker Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon, and on Castbox. So remember, find us all on these major platforms, and don't forget, new episodes are coming out on Friday. So keep it up.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. So Steph, with that being said, I know you won't be here next week.
I know that we were talking about Ambulance. That was something that's coming up in the theater soon. We're talking about Uncharted. That's something else that we're going to be talking about. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's something else we could be talking about.
Something premiered the after party.
That comes out the 18th.
The 18th, right?
Those two is the 18th.
Also, the after party on Apple TV came out last week, January 28th.
After party,
That's another thing. Okay. It looks very interesting, so I'm gonna probably check that out too.
And I think we're also talking about Cuphead. Cuphead was like an animated series that have been out.
18th as well.
It's 18th as well.
Come on in like 2 weeks.
But yeah, guys, so that pretty much wraps it up, man. Guys, thank you for coming out. Jesse Ace, the first time. I know he's going to be here again. I got a feeling.
You better bring me back.
Yeah, he's going to tell us that it's going to either be a great 10 from a movie, in my opinion, that's not the greatest, or a great show that should be a 10, but might be a 6 in his opinion. So that remains to be seen. Party J,
hey, what's up?
You.
Always, baby.
And we can't forget the duo who makes it happen on their side. Dre Dirty, Steph the Oracle. Thank you for everything you guys do. Again, if you guys don't know, man, they do a lot. They knew my stinking ass needed help, and they came through in the clutch. A lot of times, you know. Don't forget that Steph the Oracle and Dre, aka Dirty, got their own show. Please, again, you got to tell them about it, guys, and where they can find it as well.
Yeah, definitely. Our podcast is called Table for Four, a family conversation podcast. Jay has been a part of that as well, and as Jesse has been a part of that podcast as well, focusing on being on the family unit. So if you're looking for something wholesome, something funny, talking about all different topics, definitely find us on all the different platforms on Table for Four.
Yep, and also Karim and I, we're starting our own tech channel also, talking about tech stuff. So that's still in the works. So, you know, and talking about like everyday tech stuff and all new technology that's being implemented into the world today. So it's going to be a lot to talk about, man. We're going to be busy, bro. All of us are going to be busy.
We're all going to be busy, real busy.
Excellent. So like I said, before we leave, please don't cancel us because of Party J. He said certain things out for fun.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Don't cancel us because of Jesse Ace supporting him. Again, it's out of pure love and funniness and good energy. We promise you that. So with that being said done, I'm your boy B.
Hey, this is Steph the Oracle.
This is your boy Dirty.
I want to thank again you guys. Thank you so much, Jesse Ace on the side, and Party J. Thank you so much for being with us on the podcast. You guys have been amazing. Good night, everybody.
Bye.